said you're not gonna be hungry, so this is what we used to do. If someone used to walk through like the magnetometers, we would go, "Oh, that's okay," and they would still have their phone or something they were told to take off of themselves. We would say, "Don't worry, that's just an ID10T malfunction." And if you take the letter I and the letter D, put it next to each other.
Okay.
Then put the number 10 right after the letter D next to it.
Okay.
Number 10. Don't spell it. Write the number 10.
Well, before you said the spell. Okay, I'm writing number 10. Okay.
And then the letter T right after the number 10.
Oh my. I was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh. You are Mike. That was pretty good.
It's called an ID10T malfunction.
An ID10T malfunction.
Write it down and you'll never get it. It's a nice way to insult somebody. Like,
why do we do this?
Because we crazy. We crazy.
How's your day going?
Very, very good, Ellie. Awesome. Thank you very much. Look at you. How's your day?
Poopy.
I see. Do you want one of these?
You are not, Mike. My energy feels so weird.
What's that?
My energy feels so weird.
I know, because, well, you tell me why first. Why does it feels good but weird? Because I think you go first. Why does it feel weird to you?
Why does it feel weird?
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on it. But
I'll tell you this.
Happens.
I think it's because I've always thought that someone, when you watch the people that inspired us, whether it's Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, whether it's for me, Joseph Ally, Mark Halton, all these people, we go Abraham Hicks, of course. You hear all these people, right? And you would just think, they know it all. I'll never get there. But then when you learn to never think that anymore, or practice the art of never thinking that about yourself and knowing that you know it all, that it's just, everyone knows it all. It's just a matter of we don't know it all at one time. We learn throughout our entire life, bits and pieces that make us unique in who we are. So when you learn that, then you realize that if you be confident in what you know, you'll realize you know more than you think you do.
Mm-hmm.
And the courage to go up and have the courage like we're doing to talk to people, if you would ask me in the beginning, I would have said I will never know enough to help someone.
Right.
And that's where it feels odd to me. Like, here I am doing where I used to be the audience, and now we have an audience.
That's interesting. That could be it.
So that's for me, that's what it is. And it's new. And anything new to me is exciting. It's that gray area where all unlimited possibilities exist.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But what was the title? We're having something today, and I was supposed to remember what it is. I left my paper upstairs rushing around, but I
left it too. I was like, yeah, today's gonna be one of our
regular. Yeah. It's Friday here for us. I mean, like, it's gonna be so cool. So I guess one of the things is that what would be a big thing we could talk about today briefly and touch on is like your right to have it all. Your right to have everything you desire.
I like that. Say more.
I think that some people think there's limited amounts of something based off the rationality of our conscious mind. They think there's limited amounts of money, there's limited amounts of everything. And so when we realize that there are no limits to anyone and the only lack comes from within, then I think that when you change that perspective about yourself, you really start to realize that I am unlimited. I am worthy of this, that. But so many times, based off, once again, past experience, dragging that baggage with us, we talked about that in the other video, we find that we have we are limited with what we can take. Don't be greedy. Don't take more than you should. Rich people are evil, and people who have money have done bad things to get that money. You know what I'm talking about, Ellie?
Yes, that feeling like it is not enough to go around.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
remember, and this is not picking on our dad, because I love it. Now I realized where I got this disempowering belief was about what we used to remember DuPont Registry, Ellie, the books that we used to look with all the nice cars, the Bentleys, and all the Maseratis and stuff. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
So I remember Dad, out of pure love and not wanting you to get hurt from based off of his experience, would say, don't look at that stuff. Those guys have done, a lot of those rich people have done bad things or just not honest things. And he wasn't saying this to hurt us at all. That's the beautiful thing about it, is being open to realize that was not why he was saying. He was doing it to protect you out of love.
By saying
Right.
money is associated with something negative.
Yes. Yes.
So do you feel like I guess, well, they say with everything really, a lot of your beliefs, your practices, blah, 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 have a connection with your childhood, like what was instilled in you as a child?
I would say over 95% of who you are right now is based off of the lessons you've learned in your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of it is. And the thing is, people look for it, but you have to understand what the word subconscious means first. You don't have to think about it.
Right.
There's nothing to think about because you're on autopilot. And to actually get rid of that. Oh, that's what we were talking about the other day. And we said, okay, we got to save this for this video. Now it's about the different levels of awareness. And where we are talked about, the first level is subconsciously incompetent. A person that doesn't know that they don't know. That's the first one.
Right.
Then, I hope I get this right. Then the second level is consciously incompetent. That's a person that is aware that they do not know. They're consciously incompetent. They're doing things they know, like drinking when you know is bad for you. Drinking to get rid of a problem. You're like, I know I shouldn't do this, but right now I don't care. For example, you know what I'm saying? You're conscious of doing something that's incompetent or not empowering towards furthering your life in a better direction. I don't like to say bad or wrong, but in a better direction, faster direction towards what you want.
Okay.
The third level is you're a consciously competent person, which means you're aware of what's good. But if you don't pay attention to everything you're doing, you'll slip back into consciously incompetent, which means doing the bad habits. You don't have to think about them. You just do them. It's like you're not even thinking it's bad. You're not even thinking it's not helping you. You're just like doing the same thing over, hating the results, and keep doing it over and over and over again.
Hold on, my brain scrambled. So I got the consciously incompetent because I love the analogy with drinking. I can relate. Okay. And so what is the example you can give for the incompetent?
The first level of being subconsciously incompetent is a person, I'm just using this for example because there's no picking on anyone, but it's like, let's say you're in relationships, not one, not two, not three, and it's this guy Greg that, or this guy or this woman that keeps on showing up in your life in different names and different physical appearances. Like there's not always the same person, but you always seem to be in a bad relationship. Or you always seem to be doing. So that's subconsciously incompetent. And you're just.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're just doing it. And you're like in it. You're like, oh my God, it gets on my nerves. You break out with that person. He or she breaks out with that person. You're like, thank goodness I got rid of them. Guess what? I went to the bar. Not that anything's wrong going to the bar and meeting somebody. But I'm just making up something so we can go along with this. So it's like, oh, I just went to the bar and I met this other person, blah, blah, blah. And so their friend meets them. And it's just another version of the same bad person they were with. Not bad person, but person that didn't match the vibration, that elevated to the next level.
Okay, so my question is this then. if you are unaware that, oh my God, this is happening, this is that. So what is a tool? What can actually be used so that you step into the next phase of being consciously aware? So if you're like, oh my God, this person is always, and you're always in this abusive relationship, how can you step outside of it? Because when you're in it, you're in it, you don't see it. How can you get to that next level of being conscious?
That's a really cool question. It's called desires, and one of the things that will never stop happening in our lives, momentum and desires, is what makes us want to live. You always, no matter where you are, what level you are in life, you always are looking for more. It's not being greedy, it's who we are as humans.
Mm-hmm.
We're always looking for a bigger or better desire. If I put you in a 5-foot room, you'll want a 10-foot, and 10 feet will be good for a while. Then you want 20, then you'll want 30. If you have one house, you want two. It's just the way life is.
Mm-hmm.
And so, getting back to the question you asked, in the spiral where we're not headed in the right direction, there's going to become a moment where you become aware that you've been doing the same thing over and over. For some people, it's losing everything. For some people, it's just a little example and they're ready to change. Everyone's unique. Everybody's unique. So, whatever situation, there will be something that's going to make you go, why does this keep happening to me? Now you are now graduated from subconsciously incompetent to now desiring to be consciously incompetent. That's still a good thing because now you're aware that you're doing things wrong, or you're aware of what you're doing. So you may continue even doing the same things, but you're aware I need to change. But then you ever have a habit you know you need to stop, but you do it anyway?
Yeah.
But you don't do it on purpose. You just do it because you're like, my God, I got to stop picking my fingers. But you do it again. Catch yourself. Every time I bite my nails, I get cut on my finger. And you start doing it again.
Okay, so I love that example too. So is it the same using the finger example and the relationship example is you don't like that feeling that you have when you're in that type of relationship or when you see that you're pulling on your finger.
Right.
But it's recognizing the whole picture. So with your finger, is it's you. It's you that's doing that to your finger. So open
Absolutely.
your eyes, like you don't like that. But what is happening that is causing you to do that? Is it being willing to take those blinders off and explore you more and saying, wow, I never realized before I go into work or this big meeting at 9 o'clock, I'm doing it. Oh, so it's my relationship with this meeting time. Now you're aware something's happening
Yes.
and you're
Yes.
willing to say, let me open up. It's me that's doing this. It's me. Let
Yeah.
me see.
Absolutely. And in the beginning, that was perfectly explained. And in the beginning, even though you become aware of that meeting, let's use the meeting you just used, and biting the fingers, you may still do it now, aware of that's why you're doing it. Oh my God, every time I do a meeting, I know now I bite my nails. I need to stop, but it really helps me feel better. Cigarettes, I need to stop. No one's holding a gun to your head and telling you to smoke. It is a choice. How do you stop smoking cigarettes? Stop. Actually, you just don't do it. But it's not that simple. It is simple, but it's not that easy. It's simple to do. It's not easy to do. And there's a two different things. And this is all, once again, I got to give a shout out to what I'm learning from this book of affirmations by Noah St. John. And it's putting it into words the best way that I felt but didn't know how to describe. So many things I'm reading in his book, he puts into verbiage that maybe I didn't know how to explain it as well, even though I understood. And there are a lot of things I never understood that I'm learning, as we all do. So with that, so here we go, the 4 levels. First one we explain, you're subconsciously incompetent. You're not even aware you're doing something until one day you become aware of it, which is now you're consciously incompetent. You know you're not doing something right, but you're still doing it anyway, but you know you want to stop. Eventually, you've had enough. Hopefully you don't lose everything or stop. You had such a drastic, hard experience before you realize, I am now going to become consciously competent. I'm going to consciously identify with something that's not who I am.
Right.
I'm going to
I
conscious.
love that.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I know in one of our prior videos, I don't mind using myself as an example. It's like experiences, right? But as a prime example, the universe will always give you opportunities to step into being consciously incompetent, right? Is that
Yes.
correctly? It'll give
Yes.
you opportunities, and I'll swiftly explain. So I was upset in personal relationships. I'm always end up in an abusive relationship. And then I noticed it's me. It's something lacking in myself. Now I was aware that what was lacking in myself was XYZ. And so, just like that, the universe said, ooh, she realizes it. Let me give her opportunity now to practice it. And so here comes another person in other guys. And I saw him coming this time. I saw it coming.
Wow. Even though
And
I'm going to beat him up as your brother, I just have to beat him up. But go ahead. But no, go ahead with the story.
but I was able to this
Yes.
time put up the barrier. And I was never an addict as far as like drinking or anything like that. But I was in tears and I was crying because I wanted to be in that relationship because I wanted to show that person I care, XYZ. But I was so aware of my pattern that I didn't do it. And it's
Wow.
like an addict weaning yourself off of a pattern.
Wow. Wow.
But I
Wow.
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I said, you see now, you can see it. You have stepped through the other side. And that's what it feels like in addiction sometimes because comfort, comfort.
Wow, Ellie, that's so awesome. And I hope everybody got that and listens to this again with what Ellie just said because it's so true.
It
A,
is.
she was so nice. She forgave herself. She recognized something without beating yourself up. Stop me if I'm wrong because I'm speaking for you. But the thing is, you recognize a pattern and you recognize the voice in your head is just repeating habits that you formed. It's not necessarily the truth. It's just that that's what you've been doing. It's like, listen, we don't like change. Remember, here's a big thing. Your mind doesn't like change. It loves habits, even if it's something that doesn't serve you. It loves a pattern. You ever notice you like going to work the same way? You don't like to deviate down other streets. You could. There's nothing wrong. But there's a detour and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do it. We hate changing patterns.
Yeah.
But what you did was recognize a pattern, as we learn to say, that doesn't serve you anymore. And you allowed it to go and flow right by. You like observed it, recognized it, appreciated it. And then the biggest thing you did that most people don't is you released it.
Yes.
You let it
I,
go.
I wanted to jump into that traffic, but there's something about realizing your pattern that won't allow you to, it'll hold you back. You're safe now.
Yes.
And so it was really beautiful, and you worded it really nicely. It was a beautiful experience, but to be in tears, be brought to tears, because that's how hard it is to break that pattern, that comfort you want it so bad.
Yes.
Even though it's not good, but you can do it.
It's so that's one of the that's so powerful. I mean, that's the first time I'm hearing it too, everybody. So I mean, this is really cool to hear that, and I really loved it. And then we can talk about the fourth level, which is the most beautiful level, because it's the level called subconsciously competent. That means that you're not ever going to not no take it back ever, but you are at a level where things are happening so organically. You've been practicing the art of allowing, the art of spirit, of science, quantum physics, the art of spirituality, whatever you want to call it. You are allowing life to flow. You're not causing any rifts. When something where someone else may call contrast, you see it as an opportunity. You're a person that knows how to take anything and allow it to be what it is, even if it's a down moment, like you just did. Appreciate that moment where someone else would take that momentum and shift it in the other way. This is subconsciously competent. So anyone observing you would think you're working magic. You're special. You're better than them, because everything always works out for Ellie and Mike. Everything always works out. Nice for them to say. And this answer is, it could do the same for you. You know, what they call the sky view in ways that Mrs. Abraham Hicks, she said this, I always remember this. She said, you know, when you're in a jet, when you're in a plane and you take off and you're in the air and you look down, it doesn't look like you're moving that fast, right? When you're where you are. But as you get closer to the ground and start to land, you didn't realize how much momentum you had going until you get close to the ground and you're getting ready to land. You're like, whoa, we're flying. We're going so fast. And that's life. You could be so focused, which we all want you to do, on your happiness. As the observers look up in the sky and see you flying by, to you, that's just your natural gait. That's just how you operate now. You weren't always there at that point, but you started, you took off, and now you're flying. There may be some bumps. There may be some tremors. That's not going to make you land. You keep on going. So anyone looking goes, oh my God, look at that jet in the sky. Like, shh. But the problem is we're watching that jet when we're a jet. Start being a jet yourself. Stop watching them fly by. Stop thinking that's the power up there and you're down here. You could do whatever you're doing.
Yes, you absolutely can. And if you need to, what you're doing is you're using these, what you consider jet, for your fuel,
Yes.
Fuel yourself, but realize you're, like Mike said, that you're a jet too.
You are. Yes, you're just as powerful.
Mm-hmm.
We spend too much time looking at other shiny objects, admiring their specialties or what they're naturally good at. We all have a gift. We all have gifts. It's just which one do you want to focus on? And I think that's the big thing, is finding out what goals we desire, not, oh, the next shiny object, shiny object syndrome. Oh, she's good at speaking. I want to do what she does. Oh, look at them. They made money online. Oh, they're a comedian. And you never take time to sit down, quiet your mind and say, okay, what's my passion? What do I love to do? Who am I? Like, and when you answer, and it's not who am I. I am not Michael. That's the name given to me, but that's not who I am. What makes me happy? What makes you happy? And when we find those questions, and when we find them, we learn to allow them. That doesn't mean push your mind. Just relax, listen to some music, close your eyes, block out as much as the outside world that you created anyway with your eyes, and just be at peace for a while. Like you, Ellie, the stuff that you know how to do, and you can help people, and are going to help people with the stuff that you've learned.
Absolutely, and I like the steps that you offered. And one of the things I put through before that I'm trying to remember, I had posted. Well, the word had come to me, and it said, "The only person, when you awaken and discover, the only person you're meant to discover you is you. The only person meant to discover you is you." So a lot of times we seek validation in other people, but as we shared in one of the other videos, it really is all about you. It's all about you. And
it's all about you. Get selfish. For the once in life, we're telling you, get selfish. Take care of yourself, because you are the puppet master. Everything you look at and judge, well, you're the one that's holding all the puppets. But you're like, well, why do you do that? I'm like, well, ask yourself. You're the one that's holding the puppets. You're the one that's making everything run. This is your show, everybody. This is your show. You have the choice of turning us off right now, or if you're listening, which we appreciate, don't do that, because we will find you. We will find you. There's been people that have been missing when they did that. But I'm just saying, like,
right? No, it's really true. It's really true. The power is yours. And you know what though? I'm looking at this. I'm like, where does the time go?
How much time is it?
It's 24 minutes already.
Oh my God.
I'm serious.
Well, you know how we wrap it up, Ellie. Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you.
Yep. And we want to hear from you as always. Drop your comments, your titles, questions that you might have. We'd be more than happy to explore them together on our next show.
Absolutely. We got a little live show coming up, so tell everybody about it, right, Ellie?
Yeah.
Got a live show coming up. We're going to get together soon. We'll drop the date on it.
May 1st?
May 1st. May 1st. That's right. Yeah, May 1st. Let's do it.
All right.
May 1st. So tell everybody, watch out. The Craddock's are coming to town. Benets are coming to town. We're going to do this virtual high five, Ellie. Boom. Ouch. But anyway,
You got
take care, everybody. See ya.
okay, bye.
All right.